knowing people are going to be successful based on their mentality. And one of the things that you came to me with was, your story that you were able to share with other individuals in this conversation today. The mentality is a huge part of it. Knowing that it takes work, knowing that it's not going to happen overnight, knowing that you have to increase your skills, knowing that, it's about working with people, knowing you have to work with your managers, ask for coaching, investing in yourself, right? That is all of the signs to have success in almost any career. And you've had success in the car sales world, and I know you're going to have success in the tech sales world as well, Aqura. And if you stay doing the same things, you're going to see that the amount of money that you thought you made in 5 years as a car salesman, even that to the manager level, good money, you're going to be able to probably do that or triple that within a year. When I'm talking about combined average, right? You think about, okay, well, what you did over 5 years in car sales, you may be able to do that 5-year salary in 1 year, depending on what company you're at and what product and services that you're selling. Ultimately, this is going to allow for you only to go up, right? Now that you're in the space, people are going to be like, all right, you're probably already getting tapped on the shoulder already for other roles in sales. And as you continue to go down the sales journey, they're going to be looking at you more. So you're going to have the opportunity to make more money, but your skills are going to continue to go up and so forth. So it's nothing but up going forward for you, brother Akira. Man, I am so proud of you, brother. Thank you so much for being part of the community and trusting into me, but not just trusting Akira, just like you said, man, one of the things that I love that you said was that you listened to the advice of your father, right? And that was a huge piece of it. He said, you should consider tech sales, and you ran with it, Akira. You watched our channel, you called me, we jumped on calls. That's one thing you said from the get-go was, I'm going to do this. And I said, I know you're going to do it. And, 1 minute you'll hit me up with text message, Antoine, let's have a conversation about the interview process. Let's have a conversation about, I just got an offer. Let's have a conversation about, now that I graduated, what the next steps are, right? And we had those touch points along the line of the way that ultimately you did the work and you got the outcome, Akira. Proud of you, brother.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I cannot thank you enough. Again, I mean, one thing I cannot emphasize enough on is what Antoine says about hiring a coach. He's not just saying it because that's what he does. It just makes sense. Number one. Number two, sticking to the path. Trusting the process, and making sure that you have those blinders on. You're not paying attention to those to the right or left of you. Because one thing about it, somebody to the right of you might get a job tomorrow. The person to the left of you might get a job 2 days after that, and you still making your putting in applications. So it's going to happen to you when it's supposed to. And the only way you're going to speed that up is by investing not only in yourself, but investing in your career. So definitely consider hiring a coach. And again, I can't thank you enough.
Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate you, brother.
Akira.
Absolutely. Let's do this. Let's jump over to the chats real quick. You got a couple more minutes, Akira?
Of course.
Very good. I want to see if there's any questions. Guys, if you have any questions for us, leave a comment, a question in the chat. We want to be able to get to those. I'm going to hit the super chats real quick right now. We got brother Damien. We'll drop this with the $9.99 super chat. We appreciate you, brother Damien. Thank you so much for joining us this wonderful Saturday. We got brother Aston in the house with a $10 super chat. He said, great conversation, gentlemen. Let's see what other questions that we have in here. Let's see if there's any. Okay, so F says, are there long-term positions? I've heard about Course Careers. The guy you're interviewing might be the same guy who was just interviewed on Course Careers channel. Yes, you're absolutely right. Akira was interviewed on Course Careers. I think that happened this week. That was dropped this week, right, Akira?
I think last week or
Very
week
good.
before.
Yeah. Very good.
It was recent though.
Absolutely. Brother Kenneth Barney's in the house. He's making his transition into tech sales as well too. He's at the Harvard of companies at Microsoft. He's a recruiter getting ready to he's making his transition. He's already gone through the process, and he's going to be getting to that money. Another great, fantastic individual out of Houston, who's doing some fantastic things and has had a tremendous amount of success early within his career, and he's looking to continue that within tech sales. Let's see who else is in here. Damon Weaver said, man, I just joined. I'm excited to pursue That's fantastic. Absolutely. Tomorrow's Wealthy Today says it's 42 people, guys. 28 likes. Family, let's get the likes up. Yes, guys, do me a favor. Hit the like button, guys. Do me a favor. Hit the like button. Jason says, how were you considered by employees seeing that you had no experience in that kind of sales when you were just starting out?
So one thing I will say, a lot of companies in the tech sales space are a lot more lenient when it comes to transferable skills than others. You have a lot of software companies that are ironclad on, hey, if you haven't had previous tech sales experience, don't even talk to me. You know, that's just what it is. So one thing is about you just have to find a company that's a little lenient when it comes to having that official background and experience in tech sales. And not just that, but if they do give you an opportunity to interview, make sure you kill it and explain to them that you are capable of doing that role, even though you don't have any official experience. That's the most important thing. And that's just just to reiterate on just every word that comes out of your mouth. Make sure you take advantage of it and speak to the position and what you can bring to the position and the company.
I like that you said that. Right? This is another reason why I say that you need a coach, and Aqura has said it a number of times. Right? It's a lot of times we don't know how to prepare for interviews. We don't know how to sell ourselves. We sell ourselves short when we talk about ourselves, right? You think about this interview or this conversation that we've had with Aqura. Think about how much he sold himself to every individual who's going to watch this show, right? That is not humility. That's what you need to do in order for you to show that you can help a company. You have to get rid of the humility part of it and really talk about what it is that you can do for that company. It's the same thing of if you're going on a date. Same thing if you're, talking to, you're an entrepreneur and you want somebody to work with you as a partner. You have to talk about yourself and how you're going to be able to benefit them. And that's not humility. That's learning how to speak the language, but also talk about the things that you bring to the table. And a lot of people just don't naturally feel comfortable doing such a thing, which is the reason why coaching is important, because you can work with a coach. We can talk about, the things, you need to do to communicate in order for you to have an effective interview process, but also how you can sell yourself to give them the best version of you. That's a huge part of it, guys. Work with a coach to figure out how you can communicate the best version of you. Not confidence or not arrogance, confidence. Not arrogance, confidence. Be confident in who you are as an individual. And once you're able to do that and show how your skills that you have can transfer to other positions, doesn't matter if it's tech sales or not, any position, you will have doors open for you. You will certainly have doors open for you. So guys, consider a coaching session. It doesn't have to be with me. You can join any coaching program that exists out there. If you want to work with me, obviously you can book a session through www.blkheights.com, but you still need a coach if you're going to be making a transition into tech. I think you need a coach, and you should link up with one if it's not me. We have Mr. Precise in here says, I'm in the tech space and I can attest to the lack of people in color in the industry. Absolutely. And he said he's a Mexican gentleman. I welcome you, Mr. Precise, and thank you so much for being part of the community, man. We welcome all. We welcome all, right? So, you're absolutely right, especially in sales, in sales, right? In the tech space in general, you already see some of the big lack of diversity numbers from bigger companies that publish the diversity, equity, inclusion reports. There's not very many. Now, don't get me wrong, the way how I look at it, I built a community where I see nothing but, the diversity, right? But as a country, there's not, you wouldn't consider it to be a lot, right? And then definitely not in sales. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do this.